Hey there, welcome to Zane Morgan Crafts. It's me. I'm alive. That being said, I'm being joined by 5 amazing crafters here in the community. Tabletop Witchcraft, Nat1 Videos, Chicken's Tabletop Crafts, Max DM Crafting, and Encounter Terrain. And we're bringing you Mimic May. We have all created a mimic in some shape or form. That wasn't a pun, but So if you're curious, be sure to check out everybody's builds on their respective channels. Links are in my description. That being said, let's get into the craft. As always, I started with a sketch to get the general layout down. From the start, I knew I was going to make my mimic digitally to later 3D print, but to make my life harder, I decided I needed to make a diorama to showcase it. I found an image of a mimic table on a Google search and decided that I would make my own version of that. Since I haven't posted anything in a year, sorry about that, I decided to record the actual process I went through to design the mimic table in Blender. One fun part of designing STLs is when it comes to actually printing the piece, you're the troubleshooter. So after about 3 print attempts, this was the closest I got to a successful print. I took this as an opportunity to try something new and grab some milliput to fill in the failed section of the print. What I created worked for what I needed, but if it had been a refined piece, I'd be in trouble. Clay work is clearly not my forte, so mad respect to my fellow crafters that use it regularly. I next slapped on a paint job that would give any 4-year-old a run for their money and painted up the rest of the pieces I designed while I was at it. I didn't record any of this as it gets pretty tedious after a while and everything got pretty much the same paint job, so forgive me. Time to get on to the diorama. I referred to my sketch a couple times and played with some dimensions using cardboard and some XPS foam. Next, I used my resources, and found a pre-made medieval window on Colts 3D. I then went into Blender and warped it to fit my proposed wall shape, and then hot glued it and began my stonework. This was the quickest part of the project. I believe, judging by my lack of shirt changes in the segment, I completed the structure in one sitting. I then slapped on a coating of Mod Podge and black paint all over the piece. And when that dried, I decided to add some undercolor to a select few stones. After a quick dry brushing of 50 Shades of Grey, I let it dry and worked on painting some accent wood pieces. When that was done, I applied some wash to the piece and I was really happy with how this turned out. When you haven't crafted in a while, it's an amazing feeling to accomplish something. I'm now adding those aforementioned pieces that I didn't show you. I had sculpted up some candelabras and a chandelier to give this piece some atmospheric lighting. I sealed together, albeit very badly, the piece with some foam painted black, and now it's time to add life to the piece. Loot Studios had this really awesome pose mini that was just screaming to be used, so I added her to the scene using some clear plastic packaging for support, and then adhered her to the diorama using UV resin. I made sure the chairs got glued in, but the mimic itself is not, as I wanted to swap it out, so it could either just be a regular table or the mimic. It's also funny just seeing the lady jumping with knives towards a table. If it was a chest, it would probably make more sense. I have never had a project so difficult to photograph, film, what have you. It looks super cool in person, just trust me on that. Anyways, guys, be sure to check out everybody else's projects. Every single one of us did a different take on a mimic, and let me just say, I am thoroughly impressed. Also, be sure to let me know what you think about mine down in the comments, or just stop by and say, hey, I appreciate you coming to my channel and checking out what I made. So I want to end this on like a positive note. Remember, guys, this is a hobby. Don't let it burn you out. Let your creative juices flow and have fun with it. Be kind to your fellow crafters and don't be hard on yourself. And remember, you're your worst critic, so enjoy the hobby. Have a great day, guys. Take care.